All right, guys. So first and foremost, I want to thank you all for being present or from just consuming this information, period. Regardless of what you do, regardless of where you are along the stage of what you do, this information I'm going to share, I feel is going to be valuable to anyone. So I made sure to jot down a couple of notes to make sure I don't miss out on anything that I wanted to share. But what I am going to be sharing is how to properly utilize the tool like the MiCard for whatever you do, but also how to take in the proper mindset of understanding, okay, this is my approach that I should take to using this, not only for the betterment of my pocketbook, but the betterment of the problems that those people who I'm actually serving actually have. So let's kind of rewind things. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We're going to be speaking tonight on not only the training aspect of using the My Card, but also just the mindset and the culture that we're looking to create here within My Card community on just entrepreneurship in general, how you promote yourself, how you network, how you brand yourself, how you market, and ultimately how you do everything that's necessary to bring in the income while you're bringing about the impact. So first and foremost, who is this guy? Who is Brian Street? Brian A. Street. Who is this guy? I haven't heard too much about him. Well, I have about 13 years experience when it comes to the network marketing, MLM space. And when I first got into the space, I was actually working on my psychology degree. Now, think about that. You're working on a psychology degree and you're getting into this space, online network marketing. You got people who are making income claims. You've got people who are making health claims, so on and so forth. I started analyzing everything from the jump. Okay, let me go and look into this. What is the validity behind this? What is the validity behind that? I had access to actual research tools. You hear so many times in this space that people say, well, I did my research. Go do your research. Well, I actually had university level research, university level access to really research behind the screen, so to say. Understanding human behavior and why certain things are pushed the way that they are, understanding human behavior and why certain things are consumed the way that they are, and how to bring those together to where it's a cohesive flow, and it's not something to where one side feels intimidated and the other side feels slimy. But let's find an even how do you say it? Let's find a even place so where we can both come and receive our mutual benefit in this exchange. So I've been working with individuals across numerous different companies, across numerous different countries since 2017. Now, a few years earlier is when I started to work with people in a more condensed environment, those who were directly connected to me and the specific company I was affiliated with at that time. Now, fast forward to 2017, I had people in about 10 different countries that I was coaching, individuals that I was helping stop being the cookie cutter version of someone that tried to pour something into them without really knowing who they were. Let's figure out who you are. What is your identity? What is your unique value proposition, your unique skill set that you bring to the table? What is your individual natural talent that you bring to the table? And what are you passionate about? What is it that you want to go out there and make an impact on in the world? And how we bring all of that together, package it into how you move forward with My Card to impact the other people's lives while at the same time generating income for yourself. So before I go too much deeper, I want to thank Brady. I want to thank Ralph, both of you guys putting things together to make this opportunity possible for me to come to the masses, because I've been doing this at various different capacities for years now, but be able to come to the masses in this specific platform and be able to pour into you guys, regardless of, like I said, where you are, what you do, or where you are along the journey of what you do. Ralph, Brady, and some other gentlemen helped put this together. But I would be remiss if I don't go all the way back to Dylan Mazzoni, that actually introduced me to these gentlemen. So I want to throw that out there. Thank you for you guys and putting this thing together and bringing me before the masses. So, My Card and where we are today, and I'll take you just a little journey down the road, so to say. When I was first exposed to My Card, I was out here helping individuals promote themselves with websites, creating websites, helping individuals understand that it's exposure that gets you business. It's exposure that allows you to make impact. It's exposure that allows anyone to even know that you exist. When you think about your customer journey, when you think about the fact that I don't care how good your product is, I don't care how good your services are. If you don't know how to get in front of the right people and grab their attention, what value do you have? What value can you actually give? So think about when you think about MiCard, consider some of the quote unquote competitors. When I truly don't see a competitor as anyone besides who we were earlier in the morning or earlier in the day. But think about the quote unquote competitors like the link trees, like the popples, like the various different other companies out there that do a fraction of what we do, but at the same time, they charge so much more than what we charge. 70 million people, estimation, 70 million people that are actually using platforms like Linktree. Now, just think about what Linktree offers. You probably have had one or at least seen one before. And then look at what MyCard offers in the comparison. You should have your own. Roll out, swipe to it while you're on the phone right now, while you're on the Zoom session right now. Swipe to yours. If you have your MyCard, if you don't, reach out to us. Look at the difference in the quality. Look at the difference in the aesthetic. How would you rather promote yourself? So there's the looks, there's the aesthetics, there's the price point. But ultimately, what we really want to make sure of with MyCard is like, what's the culture around the company? Who are the people and how do the people actually promote what they do and why they do it to those that they do it for? So one of the things we want to really look at, and Ralph, he made reference to a scenario of this to a certain degree. We want to be able to come in and say to all of these quote unquote competitors, we appreciate what you've done thus far, but we'll take it from here because what we have is it's a superior product. Ultimately, that's what we want to do. We're not just coming to play the game, we are coming to disrupt the market. And in disrupting the market, we're not changing anything that anybody does. So one of the things that lots of people do in the entrepreneurship space, and you can take into consideration whatever company you work for, whatever products and services you currently push. Before you even knew MyCard existed, what did you do on a regular basis when it comes to, specifically as an entrepreneur, when it comes to promoting what you have to offer? I want you to think about that for a few seconds because I coach and mentor individuals. I have coached and mentored thousands over the years from countries around the world. And one of the things that I continue to see is people are always touting their features, why what they have to offer is so much better than what else is out there. But what they should be doing, and what I want you to take into consideration, actually implement, is stop trying to be as interesting as you actually try to be interested. Let's flip that. Let's flip that. Stop trying to be or come across as the interesting person and be more interested in what the person's problem is. So we're flipping that approach that so many people bring. So many people want to throw in your face. Let me get the kitchen sink. Let me get the water hose and just shovel everything that I have to offer to you. By the time they get halfway through what they have to offer, you've already shut down. So you want to be the individual to understand how to ask the right questions. Ask the individuals right off the bat the right questions to understand what is their pain point as it pertains to what they have going on right now. Where are they struggling when it comes to them getting to the goals that they're looking to accomplish? And when they tell you that, you'll be able to quickly identify, okay, this person needs this specifically as a tool to solve that specific problem that they just told me about. And I'm going to tell them that they actually want it by using the words that they just told me. I asked the right questions. They gave me the words that I needed to tell them based off of what you just told me, this tool is what you need. And we want to be able to grab the attention quickly, but understanding one thing, that as long as you're asking questions, you're in control of that conversation. Regardless of what you have to offer, regardless of where you are along the networking spectrum, as long as you're the one asking questions, you're in control of that conversation. So you ask the questions that are going to lead them to telling you what you need to know to tell them exactly what you have to offer. And you use their words to close the deal. So focus on being quick, focus on showing the value, be in a hurry, and then take it away. And what do I mean by that? Show value after you ask the questions, show the value of what you have to offer. Be in a hurry. Don't sit there and just talk, 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 talk. Be quick. Sense of urgency. Take it away. Get a decision. You want the free version? You want this version? This version comes with this, that, and third. This version comes with this, that, and third. Here, let me get your info. Let's swap info. And you go from there. But you always want to focus on, let me ask the question so that I can solve a problem instead of throwing all of these features in front of someone that could care less about half or more than half of the features. There's a specific aspect of what you have to offer that is going to solve their problem, that's going to diminish the pain that they're going through, but you got to ask the right questions first. So, and discussing this and articulating what your MiCard is or what any product or service is, you want to be able to have it as concise as possible. You want to be able to give that 20-second, that 15-second, that 30-second max elevator pitch, mentioning what you do, how what you do could potentially help them. And we're going to be throwing some, regardless of or specifically based off of whatever industries you're in, some of the trainings that we're going to be doing, we're going to be bringing to you. We're going to have questions that we send out beforehand. We may even ask some of these questions on some of the trainings throughout the week prior to, on what specific areas do you need more help in learning how to network and learning how to market your product to whoever is before you, and how you can utilize your MiCard to actually do that, and utilizing proper, quick, to the point pitches to get that message across. Always speak as if, regardless of what entrepreneurial endeavor you're on, speak as if you're a problem solver, not a customer service or a support rep. Yes, we want to be able to know, understand all of the features, but you let them tell you what features they're most interested in by them answer the questions that you ask. So next thing I want to hit on is challenges. So oftentimes in life, we have desire to go in a certain direction and accomplish certain things. And within our own capacity, we can accomplish these things. We can hit these goals, these benchmarks. But oftentimes what happens is when there's some sort of incentive in place, we go a little bit harder. We go a little bit harder. Now, this is for the fellas. Now, I know maybe not right now, but back in the day, maybe Ralph, maybe Ray, maybe you could have you can relate. You're in the gym and you're working out. You got your regimen. You already know what you're gonna do while you're in there, how many sets, how many reps. But you see that good looking individual walk by. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit harder. You have incentive to go harder. So we're putting together these challenges. The verbiage that we use in this challenge is going to make it fun to actually go out and promote what you have to offer, but also the incentives that come along with the challenge, it should make you want to go and take action as well. So we're going to have challenges such as like what it takes to get to your first $5,000, and that's per month. What it takes to hit your first 10,000, your first 20,000. And I want you to think about this, guys. We're not like most companies that say, okay, what you had over there was good, but what we have is better. Stop doing that and do this instead. No, we're saying use this vehicle to get to that same destination, to deliver that same product, that same service. We just got you in a better vehicle. Instead of using Linktree to promote your construction business, use MiCard. Instead of using all of your different social media platforms to promote the fact that you should be recruited for the next level in your athletic, whatever athletic endeavor you're on, use MiCard. Regardless of what you're doing in life. My daughter has a little business I've been helping her put together to where she's promoting certain homemade slime and various different products that her friends like. And I set her up a MiCard so she can use that. It's a simple way. All of her friends and their little cell phone, scan her QR code. They can go right to her website, pick out what they want right there from wherever they're communicating along the day. It doesn't matter who you are. MiCard can be beneficial to you, and you have to, regardless of whatever other space in life you occupy, when you're networking, being able to articulate why what you have to offer is beneficial to everyone in that space. Now, don't get it twisted. Not every product is for everyone. But if you're at, let's say a financial services event and you have a product that is specifically designed for people in financial services, you need to be able to articulate why what you have to offer is beneficial to them. So we're going to be having challenges that push us to go out on a regular basis and promote our MiCard, but not necessarily promoting the MiCard, promoting what we do with the MiCard. And when people see us pull up in that vehicle, the vehicle being our MiCard, when they see us pull up in the vehicle, yes, they may like the vehicle, but they're going to also want to know more about the other things that we do and why we're actually using that specific vehicle. So various different challenges will allow us to have a certain sense of cohesiveness. We don't want to go out here sounding like completely different individuals when it comes to promoting whatever we have to offer when we're under the same roof. So we want to have a certain level of consistency across the board, but we are all individuals. You're going to add your own perspective. If you're from the South like me, you're going to sound different promoting what you have to offer than someone from New York, than someone from California. You may be sending the exact same message, but it's delivered differently because you are unique to who you are. To kind of stay in that same vein, you want to get to a point to where you're using your MiCard on a day-to-day basis. Every single day throughout the day, for one reason or another, you're using your MiCard. Now, I have a handful of different companies that I help run, a handful of partnerships that I've actually developed MiCards for. And I use each of those at one capacity or another multiple times, at least throughout, a couple days span. And that's me utilizing multiple MiCards for multiple different entities that I work with on. So I would say I would probably do 4 to 5 touches overall within one day's time with at least 2 to 3 of the different companies that I help represent. But you have to make it to where it's a daily action. And so these challenges that we put in place are going to help you be able to do so. Now, I want you to think about it. Some of you guys probably use Snapchat. Some of you guys use various different platforms to where you get certain rewards, certain recognition when you're consistent on that platform, using it every single day. We're putting things in place to where you're going to get a touch of us every single day, at least Monday through Friday. You're going to get a touch of us. And we have things that are outside that are complementary to what we have going on here that's going to give you access to us literally 7 days a week if you want it. Now, there's a book I have right here on the edge of my desk, and it's called The Choice Theory by Dr. William Glasser. And what he speaks about in the choice theory is the fact that it doesn't matter where you are right now today, a choice that you made in the past played into why you are where you are. And so today, what I say to you is the fact that you can make choices today, be it how many people you contact on a regular basis regarding your MiCard, how often you network with it, how often you update it. Think about it now. A regular business card, you got to go buy a whole new stack if you have to update it. MiCard, update it just like that. Just like that. You got another company, you got multiple different companies you represent out there. You can update your special. It's Labor Day. We got a Labor Day special going on. Go to my MiCard, click on this link, get that value. Just that quick. You can't do that with a traditional MiCard. You may be able to do similar with some of these other digital platforms, but it don't look as good. It doesn't look anywhere as nice and presentable and how you want to be presented as MiCard does. So we're going to put certain things in place to make sure that you start to internalize the capacity, internalize the mindset, internalize the activity that's necessary to go day by day by day, utilizing your MiCard for one reason or another. Now, one of the things that you'll get access to, or you should already have access to, if you're part of the MiCard platform as an actual license holder, you should have access to, and maybe even if you're not a license holder, as of now, access to the 101 ways of using MiCard. Like 101 ways to actually use this on a day-to-day basis. And think about it, you don't have to use just one of these ways each day. You can use multiples of these ways every day. And so we really don't have any excuses as to, oh, I don't know what to do. It's already been done for you. You just have to implement it. So the next stage, and this is something that is so important, regardless of what type of company you partner with, specifically in the direct sales and the affiliate marketing and these industries that kind of position you to earn a certain amount of revenue, of income based off of exposing what you have to offer to a certain number of people first. With MiCard, we have our 3 and free. Once 3 other individuals get on a subscription that is equal to or greater than the subscription that you have, you're no longer paying for your subscription. But other companies will give you that 3 and free, 5 and free, however many and free. But the only thing that they do is, okay, you don't have to pay anymore. You don't have your subscription, your monthly requirement anymore. But what MiCard does on top of that is, okay, you got a license to be in business with us. We're going to split revenue. So you're going to get paid on a monthly basis, and we may even increase that, if I'm not mistaken, more times than once per month. You're going to receive a paycheck simply because more people see the value in what you are utilizing, and they want to go out and use it as well. And it's a compounding effect. The more weeks, the more months pass by, the more active you are in promoting your MiCard. By default, more people are going to subscribe. More people are going to see the value in it. They're going to be your word of mouth advertisement for even more people, and your paycheck is going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. But let's rewind it a little bit. Don't get too beyond yourself. Don't be looking at this as so much of a this is a great opportunity to make income. No, look at it as I got so many people out there that have problems that need to be solved. And they've been using all of these antiquated tools for years, thinking that they're going to help them solve their problem. But as I mentioned earlier, thank you to all those other tools, but MiCard is here now. And you can use that MiCard as the problem solver for that individual. And the byproduct of you being a problem solver for multiple individuals is paycheck after paycheck after paycheck. So focusing on being the problem solver is the easy route to success instead of trying to go out and I have this income driven opportunity. Would you like to X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, 3 amount of money per? No, there's ways to approach certain individuals with a straight up business proposition. Those individuals who are in business, who could actually benefit from the business capacity. But in general, everyone can benefit from the actual tool of MiCard. So when you come with that approach and being a problem solver with our tool, everything else starts to happen by default. So a few more things I want to mention before we get ready to wrap up. So a question, and this kind of ties into the the 3 and free. If you had something that someone said, just do this every single day, and once you hit this day, we're going to send you money every single day. Just do this. We'll send you money once you do it a certain number of days. Like, would you do that? Would you question it? So more specifically, you're already using some sort of tool to promote who you are, what you do. Either you're sending people to your Facebook, your Instagram, your whatever social media platform. You're sending them directly to your link tree, or you're sending out a business card. You're using something to drive people towards something that you care about. What if you just use a different something, being the MiCard, and you actually eventually start to get paid by using that specific item? Like, is that something that you feel will be worth your time? And most people should say yes, because it's not like it's doing anything but changing what you're actually putting in front of people. So one of the things that we really want to focus on as promoters of the MiCard is you want to help people see income quick. You want to help people win quick. If you're in the network marketing space, direct sales, MLM, however you want to refer to it. Lots of people get all up in, their feelings and don't want to refer to it as certain things. But if you're in the space of network marketing where you have tiered levels of income, you want to eventually be that person that can get someone started with your product, your service, and within the first week, they're at a point to where they see their first paycheck coming. They see where their first paycheck is going to come or when, because they took care of certain requirements like that. Now, we try to be liberal when it comes to, well, let me flip it. We try to be conservative when it comes to how many people we say, okay, if you just hit this number by, month 1, you'll be able to see this figure. But I'm an aggressive type. I like to condense that. Okay, you said I can do this within a month's time. So what if I do that within a day's time, and then I repeat that every single day? So every single individual that gets a MiCard along with me, I help them get 3 individuals, not within the first 7 days, but within the first 7 hours. How about I do that? I pick a few individuals I'm going to work with, and I help them get qualified to start being paid within the first 7 hours of them getting their MiCard set up. Now, it's easier done for some than it is for others. If you already have a vast network, if they already have a vast network, all it is changing the vehicles that they're driving, quote unquote, changing the product that they're using to promote who they are and what they do. And if you need help with that, you can reach out to myself, reach out to, whoever sent you to this information. Hey, we need to talk to that training guy so he can tell us how to get, people a whole lot quicker, because I've kind of gotten it down to an art when it comes to connecting with people. Ooh, excuse me. When it comes to connecting with people, asking the proper questions, getting them into my network, putting something in front of them that they told me that they need, closing the deal, making the impact, getting paid, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So just to kind of bring us back in and get ready to tie a ribbon around today's training. We want to make sure, as I mentioned earlier, to have a unified message. And we're going to have some different phrases. We're still fine tuning different phrases, as I mentioned earlier, to be quick and to the point when it comes to what you have to offer, when it comes to what you do, when it comes to what your product is for the people. A one-liner, for MiCard specifically. Well, this is like a supercharged link tree meets Papo with a paycheck. Or, this is your business card, but does your business card actually pay you? This is the business card that actually pays you. So some consistent message that is passed along through everyone that that you're working with who's a promoter, but they add their own pizzazz to it. They add their own personality to it. They say it with a different articulation, but it's the same message. We want to make sure that message is as complete and consistent as possible, but don't go out there sounding like a robot. When you're consistent, when you're precise with the message, the people will tell you, okay, I need it for this purpose. I need it for that purpose. That will help you identify, okay, this person is definitely looking to be a promoter. Okay, this person primarily needs this simply as a tool right now. Asking the right questions and being consistent with your messaging will just take so much stress off of your plate when it comes to actually utilize your MiCard and utilizing it for the benefit of all of the different areas that you actually promote, the different areas that you occupy. So just to kind of close this out, we have a couple calls to action. And first and foremost, before I give you the three that I want to hit on, I want you to make sure that you show up. The more you show up and get information, the more your mind starts to work, the more ideas you conjure up, the more brainstorming you indirectly do with those who are speaking, who are training, and you realize, you know what, I could have been doing that. I could have implemented that X number of weeks ago, but I never thought about it the way that you just put it. Light bulb moment. So show up. We have our training sessions multiple times a week. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll have something going on. Trainings Tuesdays and Thursdays, Opportunity Wednesday. We're gonna have our trainings on these Sunday nights, these Sunday evenings, and then we're gonna have some daily drips. So to say, we're dripping insight, we're dripping motivation, we're dripping reminders every single day at one capacity or another, at least Monday through Friday, starting out, to keep you active, to keep you engaged, to keep you actually moving forward towards the goals that you're looking to hit. So I got three takeaways that I want you to put into action, and we want to talk about this the next time that we come back next week. I want you to drop into the chat, into the Q&A box, the things you've actually done, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what momentum you created, what are some of the things that are still holding you back. But first and foremost, share daily, 3 to 5 minimum. And don't let somebody else's minimum be your maximum. Just because I say 3 to 5 maximum or 3 to 5 minimum, don't let that be your maximum. If I say 3 to 5 minimally, your mind, a very highly successful, high producing, high productivity type of individual, if they hear 3 to 5, okay, 3 to 5 is a minimum that I'm going to do. So don't allow what I put out as a minimum to be your maximum. Let it be your minimum. That's the minimum that you're going to do. Go over and beyond. Number two, lock in your first 3 promoters or your next 3. If you already have 3 or more, lock in your next 3. But before you go too aggressively trying to lock in your next 3, focus on helping the individuals who were your first 3 get their next 3. No person left behind. It's going to be another challenge we put you guys up to. No one left behind. And then the third challenge is to share it. Some of you may have group text. Some of you may be part of certain platforms where you communicate on what you're doing with your MiCard, or you may just simply be in these social media streets and you want to let people know, man, I started using my MiCard on September the 7th. And every single day I've promoted what I do through my MiCard. And now my business revenue went from X to Z. And this period of time, when I've never seen a jump like that, a trajectory like that in the past using my old method. So you want to share those stories of what actually transpired. So between now and next Sunday, track what's transpiring, track the success, track that which is actually making a difference in what you do and how you do it, the lives you impact, and then ultimately the income that you generate from it. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I definitely look forward to coming to you each Sunday evening. But at the same time, I look forward to coming to you and hearing about results. I look forward to coming to you and you telling me how your life, your business, your whatever you're using your MiCard for, whatever you're using, whatever lines of business that you're in for, that is growing, that you're evolving, that you're moving from one level to another. But that only happens if you show up. They say knowledge is power. I can, Brady can, Ralph can. We can come here and speak into you every single day until we're blue in the face. But power comes from applied knowledge. We give you the knowledge, you go apply it, you exude the power, and you see the results. Off that note, that's a wrap for today. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.